We want to thank God for this time, and we welcome all those who have attended the meeting today. We urge you to keep on inviting your friends, your fellow church members, even those who are not with you in the same church. Invite them to come. The theme that we are talking about is I will go. And for those who are here, on Monday I gave you the genesis of the word, or the declaration of I will go. It was Christ that declared to the whole universe when man fell into sin. Jesus says, I will go to rescue man from the misery and rot of sin. It is the initiative of Christ. In fact, I told you that the going was begun by God himself when God used to go to the Garden of Eden, going to the Garden of Eden in the cool of the day, and to commune and visit and be with Adam and Eve. When man fell into sin, God himself came down. He came, called Adam, Adam, where art thou? So we can see the going is God's initiative. It is God going to man to bring man back. So when we say, I will go, we are only making a declaration that we are joining God. We are joining Christ. We are cooperating with Christ in this mission of bringing back man to God. We are joining him in this mission of reconciliation, on this journey of hope. We are declaring. And the way of declaring this thing is not just by saying. I told you that I'll take you through the scope of going. We have different ways of cooperating with God to bring us back to him. We cooperate with him so that he can bring us back to himself. Now, today, I want to take you to the book of Genesis and the story that all of you know of the journey. We have, for those who have been here, unforgettable walks, unforgettable trips, unforgettable journeys that the Bible records. And one of them is the walk that God himself took in the Garden of Eden. Another one, there are so many, I told you, that one of Abraham on Mount Moriah. Unforgettable walk, unforgettable journey. The journey of hope. Today, there is this journey from Mesopotamia. The journey that Jacob made. Unforgettable. And as we continue, we are going to see why it is unforgettable, the journey that Jacob made after spending many years in Mesopotamia. Now let us see what God is saying. In the book of Genesis, Genesis 31. Come to the book of Genesis 31. We'll read Genesis, some parts in 31 and then 36. These two chapters. Then we are going to see how this one is connected with our scripture reading. The Spirit took me into the wilderness and showed me a woman sitting on a beast. A woman sitting on a beast. Beautiful woman sitting on a beast. Let us see this journey. What happens here is that in verse 1, if you read verse 1, you will see, if you start from verse 1, chapter 31, that Jacob is in Mesopotamia. He has been there, he was there, and really worked for some years to get the wife. And when the time came, he was duped, given another woman that he did not love so much. So he spends another 7 years, and then he's given the lady that he wanted, that he loved, Rachel. Those are 14 years. Then after 14 years, Jacob continues to stay for another 6 years in Mesopotamia. I want you to know, we need to know that he's staying in Mesopotamia. Mesopotamia is not his home. He is a fugitive in Mesopotamia. Mesopotamia is not home. And he has stayed long in Mesopotamia. Then if you read down there, my eyes cannot see well, but I will just take you through. This thing here is broken, so I cannot read those things. But if you come down there, you see that his brothers-in-law, the brothers to his wives, plus the father-in-law, they now don't like him. They don't like him. He saw that their countenance was not on his favor. Now, those good people, those good friends who loved him, now they don't love him. And this gives us another lesson that we need to learn. Don't overstay your visit somewhere. Listen, don't overstay your visit. If you go somewhere, don't make that place home. It is not your home. Visitors, if you go to visit or you go somewhere, I see, when I went to preach somewhere in In the US, I found so many mothers, old mothers, they have left their husbands here in Kenya. They are staying with their children there, with their sons and daughters, and some of them have become a big nuisance. So the young man says, I'm here with my mother-in-law, and I don't know what to do. The other day, one of my friends, an elder, he was our elder in Kisumu some times back. So when I went I met him in the US, and he tells me that he used to complain when the wife used to go to US and stay for long with the son, and to leave him alone. Now he has moved also, now that he's retired, he has moved there. So when I reach there, he tells me, Pastor, you know, they said the Sabbath, after I preached, they were taking us for lunch. Then they took us to a very good hotel. And then he told us, Pastor, the reason why we did not take you to the house, the reason why we have taken you to the hotel is because where we are staying, that house, we are staying in the house of my son. And the wife of my son is a lady from this country, it's a white. That lady does not want us here. The lady keeps on saying that we have been here for long, we should leave. Then I said, but that is true. You have overstayed. So the initial love that was there, when you were welcomed well, that time is expired. You should leave. And let that lady have full control of her house. Some of us, we overstay so much in places. Some of us, even the reason why that boss does not want you sometimes is because you have overstayed there. In that one department, you have overstayed there. Some of us have been elders for years. You have overstayed. You are being an elder in a church. Let somebody else come. Hallelujah, church. You have overstayed as a women ministry leader. Don't overstay in a department. Hallelujah, church. Are we together? Jacob overstayed. And that is why that courtesy that was accorded to him had expired, and now they did not want him. They said, this man here is a grabber. He has grabbed our wealth. He is putting his place in our place, so we don't want him. And then God comes down and tells him, Jacob, it is time for you to rise up. Wake up. It is time to go. You have been here for long. In the book of Deuteronomy, Deuteronomy chapter 1, verse 6, the children of Israel are told, you have overstayed here on this mountain. You have been here for long. It is time to continue with the journey. Don't overstay here. Leave. This is not home. God tells Jacob, it is time to leave. Leave this place. Good as it is not now good for you. I don't know whether you are seeing what I'm seeing. We have been in this world, this wilderness of woe for long. There was a song that we used to sing. I don't know whether we can still remember it, but it goes like this. How cheering is the Christian's hope, while toiling he below, it boasts us upward, passing through this wilderness of woe. It boasts us upward, passing through this wilderness of woe. The hope of going home should inspire us to be ready for the journey. Because this is a wilderness of woe. We live in a wilderness of woe. Jacob found that Mesopotamia became a wilderness of woe to him. And God tells him, you must leave now. Go back to Bethlehem. Go back to Bethlehem, where your father is. Your mother is dead, but your father is still there. Go back to the father. This is not a place for you. Prepare to go. And then the Bible comes and says that Jacob prepared to leave. You will allow me to just make references. We are talking about, it is chapter 31, and you will read it at home. You will read it. I'll just make references in passing. Jacob prepares to go home, and he calls his wives, puts them there. He has about 4 wives. There were about 4. Leah, Rachel, another one is called Bilhah. What is the name of the other one? Huh? Yes. Now, calls them, puts them down, he tells them. And he calls even his children. Some children had already been born. People like Reuben, Simeon, Levi were already born. In fact, it is only Benjamin that had not been born. In fact, all of them had been born, including Joseph. Joseph was still young. He tells them, it is time to go. We are ready for the journey. We are ready, we are going back. He preaches a sermon to the children that are used to Mesopotamia. He's telling them, here is not home. Here is not home. Home is Bethlehem. People who have lived in this world so much that they think this world is not our home, brothers. It is not home. We are not yet home. It can be good. There can be food. There can be houses. But it is not home. This is Mesopotamia. It is not home. Then they say, okay, let us go. Then he tells them, now this is what he told them, that we are going to Bethlehem, where the father is. But there we have only one God that is worshipped there. These gods of Mesopotamia are no gods. Don't go with the gods of Mesopotamia, because these are not our gods. We have only one God, the God of my father, Isaac, and the God of my grandfather, Abraham. So, let us prepare to go. And as they were preparing to leave, the beautiful lady, Rachel, does the packing. In fact, if you wanted to write the topic I'm talking about, the topic, write it poor packing. That is what I'm talking about. Poor packing. Poor packing. That is what I'm talking about. I've given you the background. Poor packing. It is packing of P-A-C-K, not P-A-R-K. P-A-C-K. Yeah, to pack. The pack when you are going for a journey. Yeah. Now, as they were packing to go to leave Mesopotamia, the beautiful lady did a lot of packing, and she realized one thing, that in this journey, the journey to Bethlehem, we are going there, but I cannot go without the God of my fathers. So he went to the temple, the shrine of the Father, and stole the God of her father. The beautiful lady is the one who did that. Remember, this is a lady that Jacob labored for 14 years. Beautiful lady, lovely lady. And this is the lady that goes and, where is my, can you now come? Come with your chair, yes. Come and sit here. Put it down and then sit, put it down. Sit it. Just put it down there. Put it down. Yes. Yeah. I asked my sister to come and join me preach this message. This is a very heavy message that I need an assistant to join me. Very heavy message, too heavy, that my sister is assisting me in preaching the message, and I'll call her Rachel, the beautiful lady. The beautiful lady. The beautiful lady did the packing, and they set on their journey going. When they reached a place called Padan Aram, nearing Bethlehem, Laban was not home when they left. So Laban comes home, goes to the temple of, he comes home, he finds the home is deserted. Nobody's there. The daughters are not there. The grandchildren are not there. The son-in-law Jacob is not there. And then the man says, what is this? They did not inform him. What is this? And then he says, if this is the thing that this young man that I've taken care of for all these years, if this is what he can do to me, go with my daughters without informing me, with my grandchildren, then I'm very sorry. Yes, I'm very sorry for what he has done. And then he goes to the temple to worship his God and ask God to take care of Jacob, to punish Jacob for what Jacob has done. When he goes to his temple, lo and behold, the God is not there. The God of Mesopotamia has disappeared. The Mesopotamian gods are gods that can be stolen. Gods that can fit in a suitcase. The gods of Mesopotamia, the gods of this world, the gods that the rich people worship are the gods that can fit in a pocket. The gods that you can use and manipulate as you want. And when he finds that his God is not there, he takes an oath. I would not mind if this man here took my daughters, the animals, the grandchildren, but not my God. You take my God, you take my life. So I'm going for my God. And when I find them, I will kill them for that sacrilege. I'm going to kill this young man here. And I don't care, I will do it. Who cannot steal my God? So he takes his soldiers, and in the wilderness, he takes a walk, he takes a journey. The wilderness of Aram. And then he overtakes them on the way before they reach Bethlehem. Before he reaches them, God in all his mercies, listen brothers and sisters, this story gives us the picture of Mesopotamia. This story gives us the picture of the worshippers of the living God, that is Jacob. This story gives us the pictures of the church members who we think are worshiping God, yet they have their gods that they are worshiping. And this story is giving us what God is. The real God that we worship. A God full of mercy and loving kindness. As Jacob runs through the desert to go and kill Jacob, God appears to him on the way. And listen to what God tells Laban. Laban, Jacob has sinned, I know. Jacob deserves death, I know. That is not the first time he has done it, I know. He did it. And that is why he came to your home. He did it in he cheated there. He cheated his brother. He did all that, all those tricks with his, I know that. Now he has done it here, I know. But still, he is mine. Jacob, still, with all that, I still love him. He is mine. Never touch my anointed. Never. Don't try it. Don't touch my daughter. Don't touch my son. Brothers, let me tell you, had it not been for the intervention of heaven, no one could be alive here even today as we sit here. No one. What guarantee do you have that you have to travel from Kisii to here, from Kisumu to here, from your house to here, without being dead on the road? It is the intervention of heaven that we are here. Not because it is by the grace of God that we are saved. That is what we are learning here. What we are learning here is we have a God that does not give us up. Even when we mess, we can never over-sin the grace of God. So, Laban says, okay, Jacob, I was shocked that you left without my notice. You took my daughters without telling me and my grandchildren. When I was on the way coming to clear you, your God, the God of your fathers, intervened that I don't kill you. But tell me, why did you steal my God? That is what shocked Jacob. Jacob did not know that there is one of the close, the next of kin. He did not know that in his camp there was somebody that stole. Jacob did not know. And then Jacob says, no, Jacob was so much annoyed with him because Jacob, get it from me, Jacob did not have the faintest idea that anyone could do that in his camp. Just the way you can be shocked. You can be shocked when you hear that the deaconess has done this, that the church elder is doing this, that the pastor is doing this. You can't believe it. Jacob did not believe what Laban was saying. So he was annoyed. He really quarreled with Laban because to him that was a fallacy. He says, listen, old man, that accusation is too much. That accusation is too much. So what you do, he called his people. He told them, is there anybody who may have seen the God of Mzee? Kila mtu alisema, see Mimi, see Mimi. Is it? Okay. Then Jacob got annoyed with the old man. The old man was standing there. I want my God. Then Jacob tell him, old man, before you go, because you are wasting our time here, you are making us overstay in this wilderness. We should have been far. You can see these people are clean. Nobody has touched it. I don't know about it, and nobody has touched your God here. But he says, now listen, what you do, I have given you the permission. Search, look for your God yourself now. Do it. Do it. Look for your God. Now, Laban says, I'll do that. So, Laban started with the tent of Leah, the lady that was not loved. Laban searched everywhere. The good news is, no God was found in the tent of Leah.